Cardano. Can it survive? Will it thrive? Or will the price take a dive? We're going to be looking at all the things that's happening with Cardano with the DDoS attack, the distributed denial of service. What is this doing to the price of Cardano? And also, we're going to dive into the charts and say where we think Cardano is going to be heading in the short term as well as the long term. Thank you for joining, everybody. And let me go ahead and pop out the chat because I want to talk to all the people. And we're going to cover Bitcoin. We're going to cover all the cool stuff here. So let me go ahead and get this popped out for all the people here. Pop out the chat. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Now we are good to go. And folks, we got a lot of stuff we're going to get into. And so I think this video really sums up what is happening with the DDoS attack right here. This is everything you need to know about Cardano and what's happening now.
Oh, yeah! Oh, man! Undertaker's got Randy Orton! The Undertaker's alive and well! Be careful who you try to play
This is an actual representation of the blockchain, everybody, if you were wondering.
Randy Orton! Oh, the casket! Oh, man!
So try as they might, they were not able to shut Cardano down. You can see it right there. That was the DDoS attack that got taken out, everybody. Now, more seriously, we got a couple threads on what exactly did happen. The first one I'm going to read, it's by the same, both are from a doctor. I don't know if he's, he has a biotech PhD here. Is he a real doctor? I'm sure he is. But he has one a little bit more technical, and then we have another thread that just breaks it down in a normal people language. It gets a little bit, I don't want to say complicated, but yeah, Cardano, I think we can all know, all agree. It's the more technical blockchain. Not a lot of people know how to, build on it and et cetera there. All right. I had something weird happen with my chat, but I think we are good. All right. Now, number one, Cardano triumphs over a distributed denial of service attack with swift and ingenious defense, everybody. That is right. Ingenious. Thwarted successfully countered a sophisticated distributed denial of service attack to overwhelm the network, and less so about the stealing cryptocurrencies there. All right. So I think the main motivation was to slow down the network and make it unusable. I got some reasons, and we'll talk about, maybe why someone would want to shut down Cardano. So quick detection and response. The attack began at this block, and the attackers executed 194 smart contracts per transaction to saturate the network. AKA, they would do a transaction, and then that transaction would have 194 executions. The Cardano developers, led by Philip, and we're going to talk about this guy. He's a very smart guy, swiftly identified and mitigated the threat by removing the attacker's staking identifier. I think I have it. So what the heck does that mean? Well, this Cardano staking identifier, this is going to say, how you're delegating your tokens. Now, the identifier is different than just the letters. It's the unique identifier of the stake pool you're delegating to. Pools also have a ticker, but they could be duplicates. The pool ID is unique to each stake pool. So that was how they were able to determine. And so they're able to remove the staking identifier. The people that are, help all the nodes in all the Cardano universe, they all kind of looked at each other and let's say, hey, let's take away his credentials. Resilience and robustness, the effective and prompt response by the team prevented any significant disruption, maintaining the integrity and showcasing its resilience against the cyber hornets and the cyber threat. The quick solution not only halted the attack, but also allowed the recovery of some of the attackers' funds. His public disclosure, Phil's public disclosure of the solution led to the attackers ceasing their efforts in an attempt to safeguard the remaining assets. They basically had people withdrawing their stake delegator status from them, and every time they do that, it would pull 2 Cardano from the attacker. And so they basically had all these people pulling off like 400 ADA from this person right here. So in the aftermath, they initiated a node upgrade. So it looks like they have already upgraded the Cardano client, demonstrating a commitment to improvement, security enhancement, no downtime despite the intensity. It remained fully operational and underscored the platform's robustness and reliability. Incident, then just some Cardano cheerleading going on right here. Saw a little bit of a price increase here. I did like people's assessment. Cardano hackers, it's like we get better. Solana gets hacked. They got to go in a Discord server. ETH gets, attacked. Gas fees just go to $1 million. So it seems like of those three, maybe Cardano is the better of the three. The recent event wasn't an attack on stake data. So this is the same guy, Doctor. Now this thread, a lot shorter, a lot more simple language. This one's a little bit more for the normies, like myself. I'm not a Cardano developer. Wasn't an attack on staked ADA, despite negative portrayals of the news. So you might see a headline saying they're attacking staked ADA. That is not actually correct. They utilized scripts that nodes had to process that didn't perform any actions, making them inexpensive and allowing many to be included in a single transaction, aka 194 executions, flooded the mempool. The attacker slightly increased the workload, slowed the blocks, and took up space that could have been used for regular transactions. However, system was well within the limits. The attacker used unsigned stake addresses for the scripts, which made them smaller and cheaper, avoiding the usual 2 ADA staking registration fee. As a result, they ended up costing more. Eventually, towards the end, as they started removing these 2 ADA things at a time, I said 400. At the end, it was costing him 400 ADA to try every single transaction to try to slow down the network. So then I ended up stepping away. Now, Charles Hoskinson weighed in on the matter. The founder of Cardano, co-founder of Ethereum, Charles Hoskinson, IOHK Charles, he replied to, or this is a quote tweet on here, DDoS attack actually hacked by Cardano. Start. The attacker attacked the network, and he lost his ADA while doing so. The attacker versus Cardano. Cardano won. Well, I have the Charles tweet here. So let me get this straight. Hacker tries an attack on Cardano and the chain just slows down. Nothing else happens. Scammer actually gets ADA stolen from him. Am I hearing this right? Because if so, Cardano is literally the GOAT. What does Charles reply with? Nothing wrong with that. That's his reply right there. I would say that's a little funny there. All right, now Dan also had a pretty good breakdown. Crypto Capital Venture, 400 ADA. That's like a 6-piece at Bojangles. Only if you get the combo. That's only if you get the combo. I bought ADA at the lowest, highest, and the highest staking now. Looking to get more. Loyal Tango, I'm in the same boat. I bought some number, pre-pump. I think the first ADA 25 cents or something. Rode a whole bunch all the way up to $3. Actually, I sold all that ADA at $1.20. And then I end up rebuying, buying near the top for NFTs. Ended up, made some ADA off NFTs. All right, now Dan, aka Crypto Capital Crypto Recruiter, his channel, Crypto Capital Venture, his Twitter handle, Recruiter, his name, Dan. I just say he's the man. Dan, aka Blue Eyes White Dragon here. He is saying Cardano hit with the attack, went under the attack, but Cardano is built different. What's crazy is the funds got exposed in the process and now being used to fund Cardano's development. The fundamental reason, this is why I want to share this tweet, the 3 reasons I am bullish on Cardano. Resilience. Number 1, decentralized architecture disperses the load. Security. These advanced measures ensure continuous operation. Community. You saw what happened with the community stepping forward, plugging in the issues, preventing that ship from leaking. All this happening as Cardano season begins. Well, we're going to get into the charts, and what I got to show you with Cardano is even more bullish than what I showed you with Ethereum in the past. The things that are going to happen with Cardano, just looking at the charts, if history has any kind of rhyming, any kind of similarities to the past, Cardano is going to go on an insane bull run. And we're going to look at the charts in just a couple minutes here. Maybe not even that. Huge shout out. Oh, Phil, this is the guy. Let's just give a big shout out. The CEO of Anastasia Labs. This isn't, sponsored or anything like that. I do want to give a big shout out to Arculus, our sponsor for the channel here, but no, Anastasia Labs, smart contract auditing and development company. The CEO and the CTO and the co-founder, I just love that the CTO's name is Solid Snake Dev. I already think he's cool for swiftly implementing a bot to mass deregister the attacker's credentials. So they basically got a bot. So it's not like Solana. We got to get all the people in the Solana Discord, and they're like, "Oh, Billy, he won't answer the phone." They end up making a bot to just do a mass deregistration. Also, some other people helped out a ton. But Phil at what is this place called again? Anastasia Labs. Yeah, if I was doing any kind of auditing on Cardano, I would say, hey, you probably could do not much better than going with these people right here. So big shout out to Anastasia Labs. What is Cardano doing right now in the price action? Bitcoin just took a little bit of a dump, everybody. Looks like Bitcoin maybe found a bottom here. Looks like maybe starting to bounce. At one point, from this area right here to 24 hours later, this is the 7-day chart that we're looking at. Maybe it was this dip from right there. Ended up having a 6% pump. for Cardano. So Cardano at one point looking insanely bullish. And then you just fast forward 20 hours and now we're bearish, down 2% there. But very, very bullish just a few hours ago. All right, now it's time for us to get excited. All right, this is the Cardano Bitcoin trading pair. You know, DZ's got to talk about the Bitcoin trading pair. We don't see enough people in crypto talking about this trading pair. Bitcoin is king. You can look at things in fiat terms. You know, what was Solana and fiat value? What was ETH and fiat value? But I don't think that's going to be the best indicator to see where prices are going forward. With bad inflation, it makes TA with fiat worse and worse and worse. However, Bitcoin doesn't inflate as bad. And so in my opinion, looking at Cardano Bitcoin maybe spells out a better forecast than Cardano Tether or Cardano Dollar. All right, come on, everybody. Hawk to that like button, everybody. Go on, I need you to give the highest. Right on that like button. I appreciate it there. We are having a coup in Bolivia. Fran, we are praying for you down there. Bitcoin is the answer. I know this sounds trite, but no, really, really hope nothing is going too poorly down there. All right, better call Paul Newman. What the heck? All right, Bitcoin, ADA Bitcoin. This is the Cardano Bitcoin trading pair, and we're looking at the 2-day chart right here. Now, this period I'm looking at right here is what happened to Cardano right before it went on its parabolic run. This is pretty close to its 150x. That would be closer down there when Bitcoin was lower, but this is a very, very good pump for Cardano, and it actually exceeds that, but you're looking at a 10x against Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin was going from, I don't know, what are we looking at, January? So when Bitcoin was going from 30K to 69K, Cardano was gaining value against Bitcoin that entire time. So Bitcoin more than doubled, and then Cardano did a 10x against that asset that doubled. So that means, you know, basically got a 20x right there, just, you know, rough estimate. All right, so I want to point out some things I'm seeing in the charts that we're seeing repeat today. Now, we talked about the bullish divergence, the descending wedge right there that typically breaks to the upside. We did get a little bit break to the upside, but then it went down. All right, so what are we seeing in September to January 2021, right before Cardano went on its insane bullish run? Well, one, we're seeing the price move down while we're seeing the RSI move up. This is what they call a bullish divergence. All right, so when you see price move down, RSI moves up, it means it is oversold and the market is looking for a correction to the upside. The inverse, the opposite is true. Well, if we look at today, we're seeing something very, very similar here. Now, I'm looking here and I can't help but notice, well, we're seeing the same thing play out. We're getting a little bit of a lower price right there. Really, really good trend line forming. However, this is the shorter term one. So this one's going to just be these 2 points right there. So we got a lower price frame, the price diminishing, price going down. However, then we have a slightly bullish divergence on the RSI. You can see the RSI is moving up as the price moves down, and that is maybe spelling these green candles on the 2-day is just the start of something beautiful when it comes to Cardano versus Bitcoin. So I really, really do think we're going to be setting up for something special for Cardano to gain against Bitcoin. Now, we draw a little trend line. Looked at this in the past, and you see this with a lot of projects. You see the same thing with Ethereum. I don't know if this is going to be, something to watch out for, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be a major, major source of correction. If you look at this correction right here, this is actually not a terrible time to get out of Cardano. It ended up falling damn near 40%. 40%. And so if we get a 40% pullback here, and then we go a little bit higher, you're not going to be that upset if you end up missing out on a 20% pump. And so, because it could go much, much further to the downside. You think it's going to be this? Oh, I'm hodling that Cardano versus Bitcoin, expecting this to happen. It then doesn't happen, and then you end up falling 90% like I did, with all the Cardano held from this point forward. And so wanted to point that out first. Very, very bullish sign that we're seeing. Let's see. Butch Cassidy, Sundance went to Bolivia, kicked ass. That's kind of funny. Probably not as many guns. All right. There's one a little further to the left. Yeah, we got the bearish divergence right there as well. You can see it. Boom. Hey, this has set up a bullish pattern for Cardano several times in the past. You can see it right there. bullish divergence. What ends up happening? Oh, you're just not going to give me my line. Bullish divergence happens. Boom. We ended up getting a fairly substantial rally, not anything like a 10x, but we still got 120% pump there. All right. Cardano might be the most stable of stable coins. Well, after XRP fell from 48 cents, they might take that title from XRP there. All right. What do we have? CoinDesk also talking about this. The reason I want to say, be careful with the headlines, to steal stake tokens ends up getting fact-checked by X here. Readers had a little bit more clarity. The DDoS attack aimed to shut the chain by chalking. They don't choke transactions here, folks. They chalk. They chalk the transaction. And why don't you go ahead and chalk that like button? There was no harm being done to staked ADA. Promptly one Cardano dev indulged with the reward script written by the attacker, started draining his wallet and stopped the attack. Draining his wallet, I would say even that's maybe a simplification. Removing stake delegation to the tune of 2 ADA at a time. Draining wallet, pretty much the same thing there. All right, so Cardano node upgrade. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of point this out to say, hey, look, already upgrading the mainnet, the Cardano client already, potentially preventing this from happening again. They said it's going to be more difficult for it to happen again. I'm not sure the exact technicals. And I think, this isn't really the stream for, well, let's go into the script here. And if you look on Plutus and then, you look at this value and this parentheses, you got to do this instead. No. All right, now, this is the most insanely bullish price target for Cardano. And then we're going to kind of look at this and say, is this possible? A freaking $24 Cardano? Let me just say this. Cardano is going to $24. Someone's going to clip that. According to this article. Now, we're going to look at the same charts that they're looking at. We're going to see, is this even possible? Is this even feasible? What kind of world are we living in? The old trope, that old cliche, but what does a loaf of bread cost if Cardano is $24? Probably a whole lot. All right, so we're looking at after the DDoS attack, looking at and the upgrade. This analyst is now saying $24 is in the cards. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Experience a period of activity. Analyst on TradingView shared his insight about the upward movement within its parallel channel. I'll admit, I have not looked at this parallel channel. Once I saw the parallel channel, I was like, oh, that's why we haven't looked at this parallel channel. But we're going to look at this parallel channel here. The risk-reward ratio of 116 makes this an attractive opportunity for traders. Entry point is near the support of the channel, possibly lower on the wick. However, analysts could submit an eventful period. So the chart is revealing a TA of ADA against Tether on the weekly time frame, against the dollar on the weekly time frame. So this is ADA and the dollar on the weekly. And the chart has a parallel channel, and the top of the channel is $24 Cardano. Hit that like button. I don't know if it's going to do that. All right, so the potential target, $24 and $24.50. That is going to be a 5,000% pump. Well, folks, I did a bull tweet about Cardano, and we're going to go to the charts right after this. That's a little bit nuts. That's a little bit nuts. We are in a bullish period. This is potentially something good. If we look at the last Bitcoin halving, which was in May of 2020, Cardano reached $3.09 480 days later. 480 days later. Well, we're currently 65 days past the halving. So all-time high more than a year later. And right now we're 2 months out and people are saying, oh, when's Cardano going to pump? Where's my Dale? I need to do my Dale character, man. All right, what the heck is this? I want to make sure it's not a seed phrase. Oh, wait, it is a seed phrase. No, it's not a seed phrase. Cardano should be all-time high. Look at Bitcoin's price. Look at Solana. Your Cardano's dead, DZ. Your Cardano's dead. Can't you tell by the charts that it's dead? Here's why. I've said this all the time. Cardano pumps at weird times, okay? Cardano pumps when Cardano want to pump. Yeah, but Bitcoin's at an all-time high, DZ. So why have you looked at Cardano charts? They're bearish. Well, I'm trying to tell you a chart where Cardano is bullish, everybody. Only 65 days past the halving. The all-time high was 480 days later. If you have conviction, just have some patience. There's a lot of bull market left if we look at the previous if we look at the previous charts, look at the previous 4-year cycles. Da Vinci says Cardano has no chance this morning. All right. Well, I like Ivan. When it comes to old school influencers, I like Ivan on tech more than Da Vinci. I like Kobe more than Da Vinci. Da Vinci did tell people to buy Cardano Bitcoin very, very early. He told people to buy a lot of altcoins very, very early. But he also, hey, I would just respectfully disagree. What the hell is this? Al dente? Well, that's when you undercook a noodle. All right, 5,000% pump. Oh, no, we're definitely not doing that. We are definitely not doing that. All right, so let's get into the charts and say, well, what the hell? $24,000. This is the parallel channel that they are talking about. The reason I've never seen this before, well, it's pretty easy once you, some people are probably noticing it right now. I'm trying to there we go. So people are probably noticing it because it's on the log chart. I am not a fan of parallel channels on a log chart. Parallel channels, it can really, lie to you and tell you a pump. Like if you use log parallel channels on Bitcoin, it's like we should have $1 million Bitcoin this cycle, or maybe it's only 500K or something. But so log charts, not a fan. That being said, if we do use the log chart right here, we, kind of bottom out the bottom of the range there, topped out $3.09, came back down to the bottom of this parallel channel on October 23rd. And folks, I mean, it is a $24 all-time high. I think we got to go to about, where do we got to go to? About this period right here. Q1 2025. It's not even doing Q3. This is October, and that would, let's just run that out. Make sure we stay within the range. Yeah, this is October, September. Yeah, you're looking at a $45 top right there. So yeah, this parallel channel is not going to play out. However, I did want to highlight something that I saw on the RSI. All right, so right here, right near the bottom. Well, what did we end up seeing? Well, we end up seeing a little bit of a bearish divergence here. I'm sorry, bullish. So we got the price going down. We got the RSI largely moving up here. You could say, if you even catch the tops there, this would be a hidden divergence. Oh, wait, I'm like, why is that line not doing what I want it to do? Peak here to peak here. However, peak here to peak here is a little bit lower. So it's closer to flat on the RSI, but it's more of a downward movement. And if we look right there, boom, RSI hits oversold territory right before the pump. And maybe, maybe we're setting up something kind of similar here where RSI hitting an oversold territory. You can see we kind of chopped around near the top after an overbought. And you can see we're kind of coming out of, sorry, my head's in the way. We're coming out of an overbought zone right now. Let me just slide to the left. And now we're hitting oversold yet again. So, this could potentially spell out a little bit of a bullish scenario right there. Now, I'm not a fan of log charts. If we go to the regular chart, totally invalidates everything. It makes no sense whatsoever anymore. Jesus Christ. Oh, God, that's only the halfway mark. We get this, shrink that thing all the way down. Let's get this closer to the middle. Let's stretch that y-axis. And then you realize, oh, we don't even have a parallel channel anymore. I guess you do. Woo! Next all-time high, $3.40. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go 10% higher than the last bull run. Honestly, that is much more likely than $24 Cardano. We're much more likely to reverse at the previous all-time high, maybe with a little wick above, than we are to go above $20. I would even say we're more likely to top at $3 than we are $10. Now, I do think we're more likely to hit $5, $6, and even $7 than we are to hit $3 for the top. So, I am coming in with a fairly muted price target here. I think this is going to be the first point of rejection, and I believe this gives us like around $5.80 if I remember correctly. Not even. Okay, September, October, $5.15. So yeah, that's kind of where I get the $5 target. Can we go past this long-term trend line? We certainly can, but I'm hesitant to believe that we will, knock against it a couple times. Up. And then, hey, what do you know? It's support. And then we go to the real high level, which is going to be the $9, $10 Cardano. A lot of people are thinking Cardano is going to $10. I think that if you're waiting for $10, your portfolio is going to be just left raw. It is not a target that I am looking for personally. And I love Cardano, but it's just this not my number right there. Charles got me into ETH Classic. If you sold with the Doge pump of 2021, you did pretty good. If you didn't, then you're writing it down to nothingness. Win 428 at 2037, $4.20. 2025, $420. Yeah, that's decades from now. This time, fetch, listen, and behead. Okay. Hopefully that's not like ISIS coin or something. What's behead? Wow, you sound like Seinfeld. What is the deal? They don't like Cardano. Best cheerleaders, Cardano, Colt, Coca-Cola. Is that a bearish thing or a bullish thing? I would say that is a bullish thing. My girlfriend's best friend is my parallel channel. Okay, that was all right. What are you talking about? Over, under. Anyways, all right. I do want to share. I said in the morning stream, I'm going to share the DGen play. And then after that, I'm going to share a real project. So I'm going to share you something you should not buy. Something that's going to zero. But it's a speculative meme play, and it just came out, and it's a meme. A lot of people like having fun. And then I'm going to tell you a actual strong project on Cardano, and we're going to look at another. We're going to look at Virtual Bacon's 2 cents on it, because I think he has a really, really good breakdown on it. All right, so the DGen play first, because you guys are DGens. You deserve it. Oh, then I got to show you one more thing in the charts. It is a coin that Charles bought. Now, I tweeted this out to my subscribers 6 hours ago. If we were to look here, the coin is called Gonad. Gonad is a play of words off the name Nomad. And Nomad was a Cardano dev that's, was a controversial figure within the ecosystem. Monad Alexander. I bought a very small. I treat coins like this like a lottery ticket. Like, I don't mind buying $5-10 tickets, maybe 10, right? But I'm not going to put like thousands of dollars in this. What is my thesis on why I'm buying a small bag? It's simple. Charles Hoskinson, and folks, that is all it takes in Cardano. This is not like other chains. We don't have Vitalik, here's what I really think about Robert F. Kennedy. You don't really know Vitalik's opinions. You don't really know Anatoly's opinions, the founder of Solana. But you really do know Charles Hoskinson's opinion. And so the people that are in Cardano tend to not hate him, right? Because he's so vocal. If you hated Charles, he'd probably push you out of the ecosystem. So the people that are left maybe lean towards fanboys. I'm not going to say it's a cult. Others people are saying cult. I see it in your chat. Other people are saying cult. But I would say it's fair to say it has the cultish appearance from the outside. And so if Charles gives it as, hey, man, I'm Charles Hudson, I give this a thumbs up by a tweet, which really isn't he's doing. Everyone's going to go out and buy it. Look what happened at Nike. Charles tweeted about Nike, and then Nike just went nuts. If we go to TapTool's main page, this is going to be under trending. Number one, Nike. Nike is the meme coin. I got in a little early. It did a 25x. I guess I'll just quickly repeat. It basically doubled, and I sold 60%. And then so the 25x was with what little was left, and I put in less than $100. Maybe I should have put in more. Whatever. Nike is actually down 17%. Gonad is kind of maybe taking a lot of the attention right now, and it looks like it is actually green for the last hour. Let's see. Let's actually do the math. 6 hours ago, I believe it said 6 hours ago. We go to Gonad. I ended up buying 1 hour later because it ended up dipping. I think I kind of know exactly where it was. 6 hours ago. So we're looking at 20. So let's go to 14. Basically, I bought it a hair after 14. Started doing this, and then I think I bought more on the dip. So I'm not going to say we caught the bottom because we didn't get in early. But we caught the local dip. So anybody, who bought off that tweet, we're up a little bit. Even if you caught the very, very top of that wick right there, you're still up 20%. Yeah, damn. So yeah, we're still up a decent amount. Where's this going to go? Zero. Like I said, this is going to go to zero, but I could see the fully diluted value, which you're seeing right up there. I could see this hitting $1 million market cap, potentially $2 to $5 million market cap. I still think this could have a 3x in it. This right here is about a 2.7x. So if it hits previous all-time highs, you're pretty damn close to a 3x buying even from this level right here. All right, so that's the speculative play. Probably shouldn't even share it. Now we're going to look at, all right, well, I'm trying to get my financial advisor to put some money into the ecosystem. I don't want to tell him to buy Gonad. He's going to make sure I get audited next year. No. And I don't want to tell him to buy Nike. He likes New Balance. So where would DZ recommend he goes? AGIX. You do not want to buy AI coins right now. Personally, that's kind of my just 2 cents right there. If we look at AGIX, it's up 20% for the week. I would maybe stay away. SNEC, I love some SNEC. Actually, I think I market bought a little bit just for SNEC day or whatever it was. Very, very small amount. But yeah, I love the SNEC ecosystem. The token is the very next one below that, and that is going to be World Mobile Token. Now he's giving shitcoins in a chain the Husky seal of approval. If named after your pig, I wouldn't say he is. Yeah. But you know what? That's not that bad. Off the mark right there. Yeah. He attacked ETH Classic and he wasn't the same after. Ooh. All right. Let's look at World Mobile Token. World Mobile Token. What chart is this? Going to be like 5 minute. I want to get off that. Let's get off 5 minute. Let's go to the 1 day chart. Folks, this looks like a pretty good consolidation range. We're kind of seeing a little bit of a falling wedge, which is typically a pretty bullish pattern right there. God dang, they got the lines so skinny right there. I'm not used to this. Let's get this a little. I like it. I'm a thick boy. We get another line going. Little. I mean, it's slightly falling. I mean, this is slightly to the downside. And so this could break to the upside, probably get a couple wicks below. But I would be looking at this. This is technically a slightly bullish pattern. Does look like a little bit of a consolidation area. Ooh. And I think I'm seeing a little bit of horizontal support. Why are we going all dark, man? What's going on? What is going on? Chill out, Tap Tools. All right, so yeah, let's get actually where we're at right now. A little bit of support at this level. Oh, now I can see again. There's a World Mobile Token. I do not hate buying it at this price point. This is seems like to be fairly. What the fuck? Come on, Tap. You could tell Cardano's hot right now because this people are actually using this website. Nothing against Tap Tools. I love Tap Tools. I use it all the time. But now people are actually using it. If we look at the ADA chart, I think I should be able to. Oh, here we go. No. Here we go. I'm getting. They recently moved it like a month ago. All right. Now we look at World Mobile Token in ADA. Not quite as good. But if Cardano can perform like we were saying it can perform in the beginning of this video, even if it maintains flatness, you're still going to be moving to the upside. What is this? The 1? Yeah, it has a strong rejection at 1. I could see World Mobile Token getting back to parity with Cardano. I would look to trade out maybe a little bit lower, like 0.86, 0.9. Wouldn't be waiting to hit exactly 1. I think a lot of people are going to start selling as we get closer and closer to those levels, and maybe even potentially we got a little slight area you could look at. Yeah, I would maybe 1 or 2% below this line. That's when I would be looking to trade World Mobile Token back into Cardano, and then maybe hold Cardano. Herther Hacker went straight for the Gonads. Oh, brunch. ADA is so hot right now, so hot. Okay, chill out on Daddy Charles. Okay, that's funny. Gonad's going to get smashed by the end of this bull run. 100% this token's going to 0. I'm telling you, this would be just a 1 day to 1 month hold, depending on what kind of community it has. When you look at Cody chart, all right, I can do that. Cody is a company that is, First, World Mobile Token. Virtual Bacon had its take on it. This is only about 30 seconds. I think Virtual Bacon's a really smart guy. He's a good blend of being a developer and being a influencer educator. So a lot of people, I am guilty of this myself. I have a little bit of a background in economics. I've owned businesses in the past, but I'm not a blockchain developer. Most blockchain developers, you don't think of entertaining personalities. So Virtual Bacon, really, really good as far as, being a developer. It's hard to find developers that you can actually watch a whole hour-long video.
That the World Mobile Token will be moving chains onto some EVM chains such as Base or Arbitrum. On their official community update Twitter space, they have even outlined that they will be working with Coinbase, Arbitrum, Ethereum Optimism, Binance, Conflux, and zkSync. Notably, these are all EVM networks. They are not.
And notably, they're all the connected EVM networks. They're all the new VC money EVM networks, aka they're all the coins that pump EVM networks.
Cardano-based networks. There are two benefits this can bring. Number one is that the World Mobile Token WMT today trades mainly on the Cardano DEX MinSwap, and on all of the exchanges, it's a Cardano-based wallet with a Cardano token. So this undoubtedly is a little bit of a hindrance. When you try to adapt a Cardano-based standard, it's a little bit harder, especially when you consider the DeFi ecosystems on Ethereum. Yes, the token does trade on Uniswap, but there is very minimal amount of liquidity. You cannot really get it on there. Now, if they can migrate this token to EVM, and especially if they go on a popular chain like Base, all of a sudden WMT becomes one of the largest, if not the largest project on Base that is very established and has an existing technology that has been working for many years. The Base.
So if it is added to Base, you're going to see a lot of people who just look at Base and then they click on categories and they're looking at all the Base tokens and they're going to see Brett and Meme Coin, a thing that does nothing, and maybe a kind of cool video game. And then, all right, we got a DeFi project. I do like Aerodrome. But then they're going to look at World Mobile Token, and so people are going to deploy ETH in the Base ecosystem, and they're going to be looking at projects that have revenue, projects that actually do things. A World Mobile Token, similar to Helium, but Helium is more doing congested areas, and that's why it makes sense, because you're only going out yay feet. And so if you're in rural Arizona, it doesn't really make sense to have everybody can use your Wi-Fi hotspot in a 100-foot radius. Who the hell's out there? A tumbleweed? A tumbleweed's going to use your Wi-Fi? No. But if you're in a New York high-rise, well, 100 feet above you, 100 feet below you, 100 feet in every direction. And so Helium makes more sense in congested urban areas. That's their business model. World Mobile Token is doing the exact opposite. They're actually trying to bring access to underserved areas, to rural areas, to African nations, to South American nations, to rural America. And so really not competing with each other. So I am pretty bullish on World Mobile Token. We got Wiley Brave, also bullish on World Mobile Token and Iagon. Iagon is a D-pin play. I am bullish on that as well. But we're going to need, Iagon isn't in control of Iagon's price. Whether or not we get D-pin narratives in the pipeline is going to be in charge of Iagon's price. No, not WorldCoin. Currently only 1%. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying right there. Virtual Bacon is awesome. I would agree. He's a very, very smart guy. This is morbid. I don't mean any will, but I don't think we'll see Cardano reach its full potential until Chuck is removed from this plane. Think Satoshi and Bitcoin. I could see elements of that Gary the Lizard. My counter would be Gary the Lizard. If you watch Charles in front of Congress in 2021, 2022, I don't know, it was about 2 years ago. No Dr. Disrespect to the channel. Charles is, when he's putting guardrails on himself, there's not much of a better crypto evangelical speaker. He's really, really good at it. However, Charles has that not FU money. He has the F me money. FU money is, what's a FU money? FU money, I buy a billboard and I talk trash about you. F me money is I hurt my own self. I don't hurt others because I have that much money. And so F me money, I'm thinking of an example here. It's like you buy the two mansions next to you and you just knock them down. You don't even do anything. It's like, yeah, F me, I don't care. So Charles has the F me money. Charles in front of Congress stays in the lanes. Great. Best champion of crypto. Charles on a loose podcast, he's bringing up vaccines. He's bringing up Taylor Swift. I asked him questions about Taylor Swift. He's bringing up Ukraine, can I even say that? He's bringing up October and the day after the 6th. And those type of things, woo, man, that is really controversial. But I do think there's going to be a moment where Charles, I think, is the most likely guest to pop on the Joe Rogan podcast. And I think if he does that, He'll put some level of guardrails on himself. Sure, he's going to want to talk about falconing and hunting in Wyoming and the woolly mammoth that he's trying to bring back and the asteroid that fell from the Earth. But maybe he's not going to talk about mandates of whether to get an injection from the doctor. Maybe he won't talk about some of these other things. And so that's when you can get a lot of people liking Charles Hoskinson. It's just, will Charles put the guardrails on himself? Just having an opinion on the presidential race in America, you're going to have some percentage of people hate you. No one knows who Vitalik's going to vote for. You can maybe guess by his unicorn t-shirt, but no one really knows. I feel like people got a good idea of Charles's political views, though. About a graveyard, no name. Okay, that's good. I heard rich people use burying relatives on their land as a tax loophole where you can get a percentage of your property tax removed. You don't pay property taxes up to a percentage of your property value if you bury your relatives on your own property, because then it is a non-taxable use of land. What type of cameras do y'all use for a stream? This is a Sony 8. I thought it was the A200. I'm looking at, I can only, it's a Sony and it has an A on it. Ask Aaron Curry in the morning stream. He'll have the answers for you there. He is, and I agree 100%, looking at others' perspective. Oh, yeah. That's why as much as I like ADA, I can only invest no more than 14%. Nothing wrong with that, Seth Shepard. All you can eat at my strip. Okay, all you can eat at strip. Okay, that's good stuff. Is it good? No, that's not good. What, is that shrimp I'm smelling? You don't have shrimp on the menu. Dano, yeah, I work the Wednesday lunch crowd. They're cheap. I worked at a gentleman's club in my early 20s. I don't really talk about that time of my past, but we had free food on Fridays. It was free lunch Fridays. We catered and it was good. It wasn't like your stereotype. Vitalik will vote for poo. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one, Darth Mike. All right, well, folks, this is the Cardano breakdown. I think, hopefully I shared all the good stuff for you right there. I am very, very bullish on Cardano. There's just one more thing I did want to show. I saw Crypto Capital Ventures pointed this out, and we're just in a period right now where it is just looking very, very bullish. And the reason it's looking bullish, one, we have that bullish divergence where the price is heading lower, just like it did right here. You see the RSI moving up, you see the price moving down, and right now we're at one of these telltale areas. Why won't you let me put a line down there? All right, and let me point out one more thing for you folks. This is pretty cool stuff I wanted to share. I see a lot of similarities to this pattern right here. Let's see here. This is the chart pattern. Let's see here. Trend base, fib circles. Oh no, it is this one right here. This is not forecast, bars pattern. And we look at here to here. And folks, I mean, you're getting a lot of similarities, what we're seeing. And so, maybe setting up a repeat of what we saw right here, where Cardano had a very, very good pump of a 2x, where Cardano did a 2x. Hit that like button if you want Cardano to have a 2x. This is actually on Bitcoin. I was like, why does it look a little different here? You can see the same thing on the bullish divergences. And if I try to move a chart and have a blue line open instead. All right, folks, hit that like button on the way out. Josh is going to be back at the end of the week. If you hold some Cardano, if you hold some snack, if you want Cardano to go to zero, whatever it takes, just hit that like button. I appreciate you hanging out. I will be back in the morning. We're going to be talking about the charts. We're going to be talking about the markets. Maybe I'm still in that trade. Oh, I definitely am. I'm definitely in that trade. We caught the bottom. Are we still going to maintain with the trade? I'll share that tomorrow morning, folks. That's all I got. Hit the like button. Thank you very much.